Kashaya. Miss
Good morning, Tim.
What's going on, Deborah? Deborah, do you need a third option too? Let me pull my. Oh, I ain't even sharing my screen. Let me share my screen with y'all, man. Let me share my screen. Let me go see. Let me find that I need a third. Shawnee, I need a third option. It is. Oh yeah, she in here. Depends on the prize. Let me see who up in here. I need to go to class participation. Oh, this is class participation. I need to go to polls. All right, let me write these down. Oh, I see we got five generous people here. We got 5. I got to write this down because I need some proof. I need some proof when we start pulling the tape. I put my glasses on too quick. I can't wear my glasses over there. So here. That's me. I don't want to do that. All right, so we got Jim and Yolanda say they're gonna pay it forward. Jim and Yolanda. Wait a minute now. That's spelled different than what I'm used to. All right. Pay it forward. And then we got Kashaya. Kashaya. Jennifer. Shawnee. Miss, I need another option. All right. The G is silent. And Deborah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. All right. All right, 7 people. I know it was more than 7 people that maybe they sleeping or something. All right, so we got Rhonda. Rhonda not in here. All right, Rhonda. Shawnee. That's 1. Jim. That was 1. Jennifer. That was 1. Kim. Kim not in here. The G is silent. That is 1.
I was listening to something. Why?
Kashaya. That's 1. Wells J Rock not in here.
Okay.
Can y'all still hear Jennifer? I hit server mute. Let me know if that worked. Can y'all still hear?
No, we can't.
Blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard.
We can't hear her.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me see. Wells J Rock, he not in here. D not in here. And Yolanda, that was 1. And Deborah, that was 1. Okay. All right. So we got a couple folk that's not in here. All right. So let me do this here. All right, couple folk that's not in here. Do this. No. All right. Jim. Yolanda. Shia. Jennifer. Shani. Deborah. All right, that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's 7. 7 people. All right. 7 people there. And then class participation. We said Rhonda. Kim. Yeah, sound like Shia. Will. J. Rock. D. Hey, how did that blank get there? And Deborah slid in at the end to make it 11. Deborah was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it 11. I'm gonna slide in at the end. All right, now who we got in here? Deborah here, Learn to Share. Lil Hawk. Lorraine, why you ain't do the homework? Sonya, why you ain't do the homework? Hey, where did Jennifer go? Jennifer left. Uh-oh, Jennifer. Don't be the one that left at the wrong time. Okay, so.
Sounds like she was at Target or something anyway.
She probably was at work. Let me see. Lorraine, why you ain't take the what's the name? Why you ain't do the class participation?
I'm new here. I don't know that this dissertation you were expecting an analysis level of all of those posts that were there. I was like, oh no, not about to embarrass myself.
Oh my goodness. It's not about being embarrassed. It's about start at your level. You put down what you, and you know what? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Let's look at it. Y'all see my screen, right? You see how in the beginning God said, let there be light. You see how right here, you see what Rhonda put, then you see what Shani put, and you see as we go down, they getting longer and longer and longer and longer. These jokers down here cheating. These jokers down here read. They going to read what everybody else said. Okay. These just jokes. It's just, but seriously, it's all about just starting where you are. And this the kind of stuff I like to do to just get people to use their, think about the stuff that they're learning and how to apply it and use it in real time. All right, random number generator. I could have just asked 1 and 11. All right, somebody give me a drum roll. Somebody give me a drum roll. Drum roll, please. Somebody give me a drum roll. Ain't nobody gonna give me a drum roll. Two, Yolanda. Yolanda is the winner. And the prize is, wait a minute. I think Yolanda, I think you already there. I think Yolanda already there. You are. Yolanda's already there. Yolanda is the winner. Is Yolanda in here? Yolanda is in here. And the prize was a free slot into the boot camp Yolanda has already been in the boot camp. So, and took the thing. Yolanda took the poll and said she wanted to pay it forward. Yolanda took the poll and said she wanted to pay it forward. So now, Yolanda said she wanted to pay it forward. So the prize was a free slot to the boot camp. And since she said she wanted to pay it forward, instead of me giving her $250 back, she chose to pay it forward. We're gonna do another. Either, Yolanda, do you want me to do another random number, or do you want to pick a name off of this list to pay it forward to?
If anybody in the gang wants to do the boot camp, just pick a name and award it to them. That's not already in there, and they want to they want to do the boot camp. Just pay it forward to them.
I'll take it if she's giving it like that.
Okay, we're gonna do a random. We're gonna do a random number generator, right? Okay, so here we go. Random number generator. Boop. 11. Who was 11 on the list? D. D is not here. Okay. Okay, so we go all right, so we need to take Yolanda and D off, right? Thank you, Yolanda, for deciding to pay it forward. Right. Thank you, Yolanda, for deciding to pay it forward. I commend you for that. You said it before we even took it. Right. And so we have, and Jim is already in there too, and Jim said he would pay it forward, so we're gonna take Jim off. All right. We're gonna take Jim off. Jim said pay it forward too, and Jim was on there. So now we have 8 numbers here. 8 numbers here. Generate 3. Shiny. Shiny is, wait a minute, let me make sure. Yes, Shiny. Shiny is the winner. Shiny is the winner. And Yolanda, since you are so gracious, I will cash app you $125. I'll cash app you half of your money back because you was gracious enough to say I'll pay it forward before even knowing what the thing was. So DM me your do you have Cash App? Do you got Cash App or Zelle?
Yes, I have Zelle.
You got Zelle? Okay. Yes. DM me your Zelle information and I will Zelle you $125.
All right. I appreciate that. Okay.
All right. Hey man. Hey, look at that. Look at the love from the gang. Look at the love from the gangs. Who did I say that was? Let me make sure I remember this. Shiny won. All right. Shiny won. Right there. There you go. Shiny won. And Shiny is here. Shiny, do you want to pay it forward? What? Oh, no, Shiny said I'll take it. Shiny said I'll take it. Shiny, do you want to pay it forward? Mimi. I know that name, Mimi. I remember that name. Mimi. That name and number look. That name look familiar. All right, let's let me go in here. Is Shani still with us? I see Shani in there. Shani, you here? Now, Shani, you can't just be. Okay, Shani, you got. It's 10:02. It's 10:02. It's 10:03. It just turned 10:03. If this turns to 10:04 and you don't respond, I'm gonna assume you just got it on. Just pretend like you here, and we're gonna do another random number.
In the chat.
Huh?
She's responding in the chat.
Yo, somebody tell me something. Somebody tell me something, because I couldn't see the chat. All right. You got Saved by the Bell. Wait a minute, where we at? Let me see. All right. I'm in the cubicle, I can't unmute. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be greedy and keep the blessing. Okay. I love it. I'm being greedy to create keep the blessing. Keep the blessing. I'm gonna be greedy and keep the blessing. All right. Do we have Shani being greedy and keeping the blessing? All right, I love it. Say it with your chest. All right, so yeah, that's it, man. Shani, welcome, Shani. I'm gonna send you a link. Link. Yolanda, remember, DM me, right? DM me your Zelle information, and because you were so courteous, instead of, you said pay it forward, right? So we're gonna do that for Shani, and then I'm gonna give you half back for showing love to you. Cause the idea was, right, if you were not in the gang and you chose to pay it forward, then I was just gonna send both of y'all a link. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna send both of y'all a link. Right? But since Yolanda had already paid for it and she had already chose to pay it forward, I was like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna give you something back on it. All right. Merry Christmas to everybody. Now, let's go over here and talk about this. This little fractal of price over here, where I was this the part right here, what I was talking about. All right. Do anybody have any input on this fractal of price before I start talking about it? As far as like, you know, what did I share? Did I share a 15-minute chart? Excuse me. What did I share? I shared 5-minute charts. Is that 5-minute chart? 15-minute charts. All right, shared 15-minute charts, and we were, look at that, played out beautifully. That played out beautifully right there. I already traded last night, so I wasn't planning on trading today, but I still like to mark stuff to see if it would play out if I had decided to engage. And it did. Where were we at on that picture? We were making that candle right there. Tim. What? I just saw my name. Oh, that's Deborah put something in the chat. Okay. I saw my name pop up on the side, and it was like Tim You are so, but when I look in there, it say big spider over there. So that notification was y'all excuse me, I'm having an old man moment for a minute, right? You see over here where it said Deborah, it says big spider, you are so generous, right? That's in the chat, right? In the chat, it's like, just say the chat sitting here, right? Over on the bottom of my screen, right? That y'all can't see. Over on the bottom of my screen, like in this corner over here, a big notification bubble popped up and it said Tim. It was like Tim. And so I looked over there, and when I'm like, I just saw my name, but it went away quick. And then I noticed that it was just a notification about this post right there. I wonder why I ain't get, oh, you know what? Because she didn't tag me. That's why it didn't pop up on the screen like that. When y'all was like, she's in the chat, she's in the chat. She didn't tag me. That's why it didn't jump on the screen like that. All right. Shout out to everybody that was holding Shunny down. Okay, this was the piece of price right there. Right? We was making that candle there when I marked it out. And I said that in the midst of consolidation, high resistance, what did I say? I said, in the middle of high resistant conditions, the algorithm still operates off time and price. Moral of the story is learn the signature so you can engage at the most appropriate times. All right. So do anybody want to take a stab at what I meant by in high resistant conditions, time is still the algorithm still operating off time and price. Right. Right. First off, who can give me some signatures of high resistance? Let me put the chat over here just for anybody that's typing and can't talk.
There are deep retracements.
Yes, deep retracements and a lot of overlapping candles. Right. So deep retracements and a lot of overlapping candles. Right. So when we look at what price has done since we opened yesterday, right? This is our new day opening gap. This is all the price action that had transpired since we opened, right? And looking at this right here, right? Would you say we've been having deep retracements, right? Yeah, we've been having deep retracements, right? Right. Even when we opened here, we came down. We went all the way up here, taking out the buy side. Right. Then we had a real deep retracement there, not taking the sell side. Then we pushed up and we went all the way down there. Then we came all the way up here, making equal highs up there. That's a deep retracement. Then we came all the way back down and took out the low right there. Right. So when you look at it, right, you could say we've even moved into, in this area here, you can say we've even moved into a seek and destroy, right? Because we took out sell side, right? We came back up, taking out this buy side and then setting relative equal highs. Then we came back down and took out the sell side, right? So somebody that's coming in looking from this point, you can be like, man, this seek and destroy, because we took out sell side, buy side, sell side, right? You can say, man, we got some seek and destroy over here. We got a whole bunch of high resistance, deep retracements, right? But then when you really look at it in the terms of time and price, right? What has price really done in the terms of time and price? Right here. Who know what 1:30 is? What does 1:30 start? 1:30 a.m. What does that start?
London session.
The London kill zone. Right? The London session starts at 3, but the London kill zone starts at 1:30. Right? What starts at 7:30?
Are you in Eastern Standard Time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Didn't it start at 3 during daylight saving time and now it's 2?
No, it's always 3.
Oh, even when our time changes? Okay.
Yep. Because when our time change, you'll see that like the UTC down here changes, right? it changes. It go from 5 to 4. Like when the time springs forward, this turns to UTC 4, and when it fall backwards, it turns to UTC 5. Right, and that it like that UTC, it shifts around depending on if we on daylight savings or New York Standard Time. Right. Right, New York kill zone, very good, right? So if we look at what, even in the midst of all of this right here, if we look at what price did, right? So we had this right here is our Asian session right here, right? A little bit past it, right? So we come from 6, and then midnight right here ends the kill zone, right? So if we look at the Asian session, right, if we come here from 7 to midnight, that's the Asian session kill zone, right? So we got an Asian session kill zone there. And so when we come here into the London kill zone, right, so the Asian has come down, get out the way, circle. Move out the way, circle, right? So the Asian session has come down, right, and set, right, liquidity there, okay? And then it went up and it set a high up there, right? So the Asian session came down, we had relative equal lows, and we had a high right there, okay? And then as we came into the London kill zone, right, price engaged that liquidity, right? It swept that liquidity out, right? And then inside that area, right, inside that area, right, we created this range right here inside that area there, right? So we had a high and a low, and that was created inside this kill zone, right? Not only did we have a high and low created inside this kill zone, we took out relative equal lows that was created inside this kill zone, okay? So now just keep that in the back of your head over there. Keep that compartmentalized in the back of your head for a minute. So we said a high and a low inside this kill zone, right? Then we went up and we attacked the buy side inside this range that was created inside this kill zone, right? Once we attacked the buy side, right, how high can we go? We got a new day opening gap, we got the midnight, and then we got the high from that prior kill zone, right, up there, right? And then we swept the low and we got the high up there, right? So after taking out the buy side of this leg right here, right, and we went up and we did not take out the buy side from that kill zone, right? Because over here we took out the sell side, showing an intention of wanting to go lower, right? We attacked the sell side, nice displacement through it, showing intention of wanting to go lower, right? Remember, compartmentalize that, right? And then once we took out this buy side, right, now we're looking to, once we engage the liquidity of a range that we have created, what do we, all right, Jennifer back. Jennifer, hit mute for me. There you go. All right. So once we engaged with liquidity, right, we want to see if the algorithm is going to do what? All right, we want to see if it's going to continue or reverse, right? So in this case, right, when we came up above the liquidity, right, how high up can we go? It came all the way up to that buy side, came above midnight, right? Did not take out the buy side, right? Came back down, broke below that low right there, right? This low right here took out that high right there, right? So that gives us a breaking market structure right there. We got an imbalance right there, right? What is that? That's a bearish sign, right? So we have engaged with the liquidity from this time, from this dealing range inside this kill zone, right? And it's showing a willingness to want to go down. Okay. We trade back into the imbalance, into the wick, right? Because we're looking for the sensitivity at the wick because it's inside of the imbalance, right? Get the sensitivity at the wick and we break down, right? Now, coming into this kill zone, right? What does price do? Price takes out the low that was created in this kill zone, indicating that price still wants to go down. This time it reject off of it. So it's saying, I want to go that way, but not quite yet, right? What's supposed to stop it? We got an hourly fair value gap along with a hourly balanced price range right there. That right there is supposed to stop price from getting to that high. Why? That high sent us to that low. We rejected that low, right? So you would look for it to go there. What's supposed to stop it from going there? This is supposed to stop from going there because there's no other imbalances or anything in there. That's supposed to stop it from going there, right? And then as we saw, right, when I said it played out beautifully, we saw that price had went back up there and dropped down, right? So even in the midst of this high resistance, you can't stop the algorithm from being the algorithm, right? As we see, when we came into this kill zone, we took out the time-based liquidity with displacement showing a desire to go down, right? Inside this kill zone, we created a range, right? A high and a low, right? Matter of fact, relative equal lows, to be honest, right? Price engaged with the buy side. Once it engaged with the buy side, it broke bearish, getting back in line with that initial sentiment of taking out that time-based liquidity. And then price broke down, taking out the sell side, right? So now we have come down, right? Engaged the buy side. And then now we're showing that we want to go lower, right? What is this right here? This right here is a Judy swing, right? We come into the kill zone, go the wrong way, right? Come down, go the right way, and then expect price to come back and go down, right? You can't stop the algorithm from being the algorithm, even when it's in high resistance conditions, right? Even when it's in high resistance conditions. Well, Tim, what if I would have been trusting this to go short there and I got stopped out here? You just got stopped out. That don't mean that it's not right. You just got stopped out, you know, because what key thing, if you trust this to go short off of that, right? Can somebody tell me what key piece of information that you would have missed trying to get short right here, right? What key piece of information would you have missed trying to get short right here? And it's about where you want to buy and sell. Can somebody tell me? Nobody?
Is it in the middle of the PD array? It's not in a discount or premium area, so how about you?
No, I mean, no, there's nothing wrong with wanting to short off this right here because price giving good displacement down and showing that it wants to go lower, right? But in
But
the
it could have been a fake out because it could have just swung and swept liquidity and then went back up because it swept past the candles to the left of it. But okay.
yeah, no, but like I said, we don't like to go off a coulda. We don't want to go off a coulda, shoulda, woulda. Let's go off the signatures that is given, right? So the signatures that is given here, right? We got nice displacement. We got a fair value gap right there, right? And we closing below the lows, showing heaviness want to go down, right? Then we look over here, we haven't come down and swept out any significant liquidity, right? We haven't swept any significant liquidity in indicating that we might want to reverse, right? So there's nothing wrong with wanting to short here, but what one key piece of information about where do we want to sell and buy would have been missed if you're trying to sell right here, right? On this retracement here, if you're trying to sell right there, what key piece of information about where we want to sell and buy, right? Think about it. Think about it. Right. Think about it. What do we have marked out on here? Right. What do we have marked out on here that give you a clue that you might not want to participate in a short right there? Yeah, selling a premium, buying a discount, right? That's true. But this is the only imbalance, and it incorporates a premium inside this leg right here, right? It incorporates a premium because if it comes back up into this area, that's a premium, and we've offered buy side and sell side, and we've left that area right there, right? So there's nothing wrong with wanting to short there, right? But what one key piece of information, right, about where we want to sell and buy that you
It's
would
below
have
the midnight open.
the open. This is the midnight open, and this is the open of the day right there. We got both opening prices above us, right? We got both opening prices above us, and it's in the premium of the overall move, right? So you got the midnight open and you got the daily open above us up here, and it's already showing high resistance conditions. So with high resistance conditions, we can anticipate deeper retracements. We can anticipate the market to move further than we anticipate it to go. And whenever you're buying or selling, the optimum place to be selling in this case is in a premium and above the open. That can be a daily open, that can be a true day open, that can be a session open, that can be it just a open. Any open price is fractal, right? Price is fractal. So in this case of it coming back up here, right? Like I say, there's nothing wrong with wanting to short there. That's a good short, right? It's just the fact that if you get stopped out right there, then it doesn't mean that everything is broke. It's just the fact that you missed the key point that we had the open up here, and the open resides inside the premium of our entire range, right? The opening price is right up here. And if we get a Fibonacci tool and run it from that lowest low at that point up there, now this right here, everything up here, there is no, if you look there, there's a slight piece of imbalance there that was left, and nope, no more. So it was just a little bit of imbalance that was left there, but no other imbalances on this time frame, right? Only thing up there is the opening price and the high, right? And so price here is showing you that it wants to go down, right? And then we come back up. The high right there is at 22,425.75, and this candle here comes in high at 22,425.50. So one tick away from the high. Guess what that one tick away mean, right? That it did not take that liquidity, right? Because if it touched that price right there on a market order, it's going to take somebody out, right? So it did not take that liquidity, right? And then it proceeded to drop back down, getting back in line with the initial bearishness of wanting to go down, right? And we already know it went down a little bit farther than that, like afterwards, and it's still pushing down, right? And as you see right there, the little area that I had marked out right there, we went to that beautifully and then dropped down, right? At the 930, dropped down, touched it one more time, then dropped down again. First time hearing what, Lorraine?
About the opening, midnight open, and session opening. Not to take a trade below it or above it. Or, yeah, not to take a sell below it.
No, not saying that. That's just the optimum place where you want to enter. You want to sell in a premium, preferably above the opening price. You want to buy in a discount, preferably below the opening price. So it's not saying you can't, but that's just giving you the most. That's giving you the optimum place of entry if it happens to align with above or below the open.
And that's great info. I've been here 4 days, so this is the first time I'm hearing this information. So that's cool.
I get it. I just picked up on the fact that you said not to do it, and I don't want you to think, oh, I can't do it. So that's why I was like, no, not saying not. It's just that's the, what I'm saying.
No, I said noted, meaning I'll now put that in my arsenal that, okay, this is, an A+ setup to not, sell beneath the opening, of the, yeah. So, yeah, noted. That's good.
Okay, I got you. I got old man ears. I be hearing wrong sometimes. Yeah. Anybody got anything else for me? I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about. Cause when I looked at it, I peeped that relatively quickly. When I saw what price was doing, I saw that relatively quickly. I was like, let me go in here and break this down for the gang. Because this is a perfect example of what I be talking about when I be like, you can't stop the algorithm from algorithming. It's going to do what it's supposed to do, even when they sit there and hold it, right? Because there's no reason for price to have gone back up there like that, right? Because we hadn't taken any liquidity, right? And now that the algorithm, and it's still just melting down. You see what I'm saying? This move here should have been there, right? It should have been melting from there because there was no reason for it to turn around and go all the way back up there like that, right? Because it had already showed displacement of wanting to come down, right? That this right here is nothing more than the wig snatcher. That right there, see that drop, then come back, right there. That's the wig snatcher right there, all right? We came down in the right direction, came back, took people out, right? And then proceeded back down, right? And so the only reason why it came back up there was to go back above the opening prices because it didn't take out liquidity, right? Just came and took people out, got back above the opening prices, and then continued down. Right. That's all I got, man. I ain't got nothing else. I don't see nothing in the chat. Y'all y'all enjoy y'all day. If y'all gonna trade, please trade safe. If you're not gonna trade, take copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today and apply it to your future trading endeavors. If price does something worth noting today, then we'll do a price action recap. The reason why I didn't do one yesterday is because all price did was go up. There was, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing teachable or interesting in this right here, right? It just went up. So that's why I didn't do a price action recap yesterday. And it's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. So if price do something of note, then we'll do a price action recap today. I traded last night because tomorrow is FOMC, right? And I'm expecting an inside day today. And so far we've been getting that, right? And for those who don't know what an inside day is, it's just that when you trade inside the previous day's range, right? This is the high of yesterday. This is the low of yesterday. I'm just anticipating price to trade inside the range of that candle, right? And so far, that's what we have. We're having an inside day. Unless price gets super heavy and we bust out the bottom, or if it do a crazy flip and bust out the top, then it's looking like we're going to get that inside day. That's why I chose to trade last night, right? Because I saw a clean setup forming in the Asian, and I traded last night. That was oh yeah, I had read over everybody's submissions. Everybody did really, really good. Everybody did really good. That's why I just put everybody's name on the list. I put everybody's name on the list because everybody did really good, and there was no way for me to just pick one person over the other one because it's everybody's own individual analysis, right? Who am I to say your analysis is better than your analysis? You know what I'm saying? Eric, you gave it a shot. You gave what you thought, and I applaud you all for doing it. And all of them was actually really good in my opinion, right? That's just my opinion, right? So that's why I put everybody's name on the list. And for those who wondering what I was looking at as far as time and price, right? We had let me go over here to the regular chart. What is that I shared? That's a 1 minute chart. All right. All right, so let's go to a 1 minute chart. And we had to hit the new day opening gap. We had to hit the new day opening gap. So we were, all right, so we got, oh, this was the other contract. No, this the, yeah, March. Why is this looking, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Was I? No, I'm not. Why in the world is this looking different? I know I done changed some stuff, but oh yeah, I'm in the wrong spot. Here. I was in the wrong spot. I'm like, wait a minute now. Okay. All right. So here, who's forming that counter there? All right. So here it is right here. Buy side. side. This a micro wonder, if y'all didn't know what that was. A micro. A micro wonder.
I hear you.
You hear me? You hear me? Talk about the micro wonder. Okay, so all right. So for those who wonder what I was looking at for this right here, right? So when I came in to watch the chart, I came in around 7:45 or so. We was right around here somewhere, right? We was right around this area right there. Okay. So, the kill zone starts over here somewhere, right over here, right? That green candle right there. That right there starts the kill zone, right? So coming into it, I said, okay, it's almost time for the Asian Open, right? This is the Asian Open right here. This is the official Open, 8 p.m. Right? That's the official Open right there. I don't know if y'all can see that line. It is pretty thin when I look at the screen, right? That's the Asian Open right there. So coming into it, right, I see that we have an overall dealing range for the entire day thus far, right? We have an overall dealing range for the entire day thus far, okay? Coming into the kill zone, right? Coming into the kill zone here, right? Coming here, we formed a high there, okay? And we formed a low there, right? Coming into the kill zone, okay? Because the kill zone starts right here, right? The kill zone starts right here, that green candle, right? So starting at there, we formed a high, right? And we formed a low, and we've pulled back up into the range, taking out the internal high, trading back into the imbalance there, okay? So as we come up and we took out this internal high, we started to consolidate coming into the macro window, right? So now I see everything we've done over here. So now I know we're getting ready to come into a new session. So I'm sitting still until we come into this session and the market show me something, right? That's the first thing I'm thinking. We're getting ready to start a new session, right? This is what the market has done before starting this new session. This is on the day. This is on the kill zone, right? Now, when the macro window starts, I see that price spools down into the imbalance, right? Did not take out the buy side. It immediately spooled down into the imbalance, right? On the way down to the imbalance, it created, right, two breakaway gaps, right? One there and one there, right? Start to pull back up, never made it to the breakaway gap. And then right at the open, we immediately went down and took out the sell side of this range right here, right? Remember I told you this was the range of the kill zone, right? And this was the overall day. Okay, so we time new session starts, right? Immediately attack sell side of this range there, but we don't touch the sell side for the overall day. So looking at your range that was established in the kill zone, right? What are we waiting for price to do? Engage with one of our liquidities that we've generated. We engage with the sell side. When do we engage with the sell side? When we go into the new session, when the new session starts, right? When we go into a new anything, what do we anticipate? We anticipate some type of manipulation. It doesn't always have to happen, but we always anticipate some type of manipulation. Why are we anticipating manipulation? Because we're anticipating accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We're anticipating the power of 3, right? For going into a new anything. Don't mean you're going to get the power of 3 on everything, but we just anticipate it. So when we come into the new session, we immediately take out the sell side, engage the sell side of our range. Once we engage with liquidity for a range that we're watching, what do we look for? We look for signs. Does price want to continue, or does price want to reverse and go back to the liquidity on the opposite end, right? So once we engage that sell side, right, what does price do? Right, we create a SIBI going down, right? Create a SIBI going down. We come right back, right, and take we take out that high, and we create an inversion fair value gap, right? So right now we've engaged with liquidity from our range that was established coming into the kill zone, and then we showed a bullish break in market structure, right? Once we showed a bullish break in market structure, that's our clue after engaging the liquidity that price could possibly want to go back to the buy side. Okay, so once we displace up, right, now that we came down, we got a high, a low, and now we come back up here and make this high, right? We now have a breaker over here, right? We got a breaker over here. Whenever we have a breaker, we look to see if there's an imbalance in that breaker leg that we can possibly use as an inversion fair value gap for price to trade back down to, right? We got an inversion fair value gap in line with a BISI, right? Giving us a balanced price range, right? Giving us a now reclaimed fair value gap, right? Because it's inversion fair value gap. I mean, it not reclaimed fair value gap, inversion fair value gap. And then over here is a reclaimed fair value gap right there, because that's a BISI that we're back on the top side of. So we got a reclaimed fair value gap. We got an inversion fair value gap in this price leg that we're looking at, and we got a BISI. So we got a lot of confluence right there that should support price, right? So when we come over here after after the macro window is closed, right, now we have a bullish fair value gap made during a macro time, an inversion fair value gap made during a macro time, right? So now these are high probability targets for price to for price to buy off of. And then when we look right over here, price has just engineered some sell side liquidity to sweep, right? So if you are the turtle soup type, boom, right there, there's a nice turtle soup trade right there to sweep that liquidity right there. All right, matter of fact, let's mark that out, put there like that. And then now you're just coming back down to, right, this right there on the 1 minute. And then if we go up to a 5-minute chart, right, we also see that that is a 5-minute BISI, right, in line with a 5-minute inversion fair value gap right there, right? So you come into the 5-minute inversion fair value gap inside the 5-minute breaker leg, right? That lines up with the 1 minute inversion fair value gap inside the 1 minute breaker leg. That's inside the 5-minute BISI. That's inside. That contains the 1 minute BISI, right? So you got a lot of confluence in that area right there for price to hit it, and then the draw can be either the high of that range, the internal liquidity, the new day opening gap, or the buy side from the overall range, right? That's how you pick your targets of where you might want to scale. You might want to take full profit. You might want to scale. You might want to take full profit. You might want to scale at the low, scale at consequent encroachment, and then scale at the buy side. That's how you pick your targets of where you want to go to. That's how you pick your entry. And, that's what I was looking at and participated in last night. All right. Any questions for me before we go? Nothing. All right. That's it, man. I recorded this session, so I'll put it up on the YouTube channel a little bit later. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Again, if price do something worth noting, then we'll do a recap. If not, then we'll just do a recap tomorrow night. If it just blah and don't do nothing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yolanda, don't forget to DM me, and Shani, I'll DM you the link in just a minute. You should get it like in a couple minutes. All right. Talk to y'all later. Gone.